To start the season, the Atlanta Hawks have started with a 12-16 record and the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. And to be honest, despite their rough start, I still think very highly of them. So in today's video, I'll be giving 4 reasons why you should fear the Atlanta Hawks. But before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video to help my channel grow, subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content, and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and comment on this video to start a conversation because I respond to all of my comments. And play that intro. The first reason you shouldn't want to see the Hawks in the playoffs is the fact that this is a team that has a very good offense, as although they only rank currently 11th on offense right now, which is slightly above average, to me this is one of the most offensively talented teams in the league. But they also are a young team, and with that usually comes with inconsistencies, and that's a big reason why their offense isn't top 6 or 7. And although this team doesn't rank as one of the best offensive teams, they definitely have the personnel to be, which can be really scary in the playoffs. As we all know, they have one of the best offensive players in the league in Trae Young, who is a guy who can go off for 40 plus points any game. And he doesn't just score, but he creates shots for his teammates while he averages 9 assists. This team also has John Collins, a guy who averages 18 points and 7 boards. And as a power forward, he's very hard to guard, and he's very good at finishing and being a floor spacer, as he does shoot 41% from 3. This is a team that has a lot of shooters, like Kevin Huerter, who's shooting 38% from 3, DeAndre Hunter, who's shooting 36% from 3, Bogdan Bogdanovic is shooting 36% from 3 as well, Gallinari shooting 37% from 3, and even Tony Snell is shooting 48% from 3. So this team has very few players who you can leave open, and in the playoffs, if you can't just focus your defense on Trae, it gives him the opportunity to go off for 40 points. This team also has guys who can create their own shot, and that will help them not be reliable on Trae Young so much. They have guys like DeAndre Hunter who can drive to the rim, Danilo Gallinari can make tough shots, and so can Bogdanovic. So this is a team that can get on fire and beat any team in the league on any given night. The second reason you should fear the Hawks is the fact that this is a team that hasn't been healthy at all this season. And this is scary since we don't know 100% how good this Hawks team is. And I think if they were healthy the whole year, they would be a top 8 seed, and some of the injuries they have faced is DeAndre Hunter missing 10 games, Bogdan Bogdanovic missing 19 games, Danilo Gallinari missing 12 games, Rajon Rondo missing 14 games, and those are a lot of injuries to their best players. And the fact that they're still in playoff contention with all those injuries is definitely not a disappointment like many have said. And I would actually argue that it's more impressive that they're still in contention for the 8th seed. And I think if any team in the East plays them at full strength, you might be shocked about how good they play. The third reason you should fear the Hawks is simply due to the fact that the Hawks have Trae freaking Young, who is a player capable of winning a game by himself. He's very hard to guard, and he can shoot from half court and even go for 8+ threes and even score 50 points. And he can do all of this while still getting a lot of his teammates involved, and he can get them open shots. And to me, Trae is a top 25 player in the league, and offensively he's a top 15 player and arguably top 10. So facing a player that good can give your defense fits, and there's a chance that Trae might struggle in the playoffs since he is a smaller guard, but with all this floor spacing, you'd have to guard him one-on-one, and I think this is a sign that Trae won't struggle in the playoffs. Also, he's very clutch. The fourth reason you should fear the Hawks is the fact that, to me, the Hawks have a higher chance to make an upset over the top teams than any of the other teams that are trying to get a 7th or 8th seed. And in the East, to me, the teams that are trying to get a 7th or 8th seed are teams like the Knicks, Hornets, Bulls, Heat, and obviously the Hawks. And to me, the Hawks have a way higher chance of beating a top team than the Knicks, simply due to the fact that they can outshoot and outscore any team, and Trae is less likely to get shut down in the playoffs than Julius Randle or RJ Barrett. The Hawks also have a higher chance to beat a top seed than the Bulls, simply because the Bulls are super inconsistent and they simply aren't as talented. I give the Hawks a slight advantage over the Hornets to make an upset, only slightly, because this is a very young team with a few veterans. Also, Charlotte is below average on offense and defense, whereas the Hawks are above average on offense. The only team competing for the 7th or 8th seed that I think has a higher chance to make an upset is Miami, simply because they're just a better team and we've seen them do it last year versus the Bucks. But the Hawks are definitely a scary team and you should fear them. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Let me know if you think the Atlanta Hawks are making the playoffs. Drop a like on this video as it does help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want weekly NBA content and to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Comment on this video to start a conversation. You can start responding to all of my comments, and I'm out.